say something comfortable.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2.
Thank you. What testing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yes. Okay.
Go ahead. Okay. Antonio, tell us about your involvement with the Red Hook Field, including the prize bicycle as well as your team.
So we began with the standard prize bicycle 8 years ago, and it was just, I would say, not the most expensive, the entry-level fixed gear bicycle. And now we have the best bicycle, track bicycle we have, made with different colors according to the different race. So during the years we have seen tremendously growth of the race, and we more and more appreciate the professionality of Trimble and the people around it. So from the ground where this activity began with the messengers bicycles, we arrived at a top level sport, but without losing the passion, the attitude, the friendliness of the messenger style. So we have an almost pro sport, but with a totally different attitude. You can see here how people act, how the athletes are friends each other, and it's something which is really new into the cycling sport.
That's very interesting when you say that, because the messenger culture has expanded globally, and it's kind of a special kind of a thing. It has a street element to it. It's gritty, energy. There's a lot to that. Now, it seems like in the bikes that you make, that inspiration, the street and the art comes into making that bike. Can you talk about that inspiration and the art part of making it?
Yeah, with pleasure. Well, my first time I was in the States was in '72 and I was 22 years old. And I was fascinated by these people going on the street with a track bicycle. And year after year I came back to New York and seeing those guys with the bicycle taped in order not to show around what kind of bike it was. And nobody was caring about them unless a few people interested in a street culture and in street art. So my passion in life is art, and I was friends, for instance, with Keith Haring, and Keith Haring was friend of Lenny Futura, and Lenny Futura was doing the Messenger, and then back in the 80s. So for me, is being around these people and seeing, despite the reduction because of the internet, seeing that the street culture, the street bicycle, the urban bicycle, the messenger's life is still alive and growing, because also of the connection with art, but it's a natural connection, is authentic. It's not that art added to the street culture, but where the bicycle are grown, this kind of bicycle, they were connected with street artists. And since my interest in this social aspect is authentic, and since a long time,
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's a
it
long
come
time.
up that our brand is recognized. I mean, bicycle are all nice.
Yeah, right. Very
But Cinelli has something that belongs to my life, to the interest we have for art and design. So we have a competition, we have a black and white heritage, and still interesting in what's happening in the art world. That's an element that makes us recognized not as the best bicycle maker, because I don't believe in a best bicycle maker, but as authentic brand for authentic people.
Right, and you have a relationship with a group from San Francisco called Nash, and you have a collaboration with them, and they come directly from the Mestre culture itself.
Yeah.
So the Nash bike has actually become symbolic to the whole lifestyle of the Mestre culture. Was that anticipated, or it just came out of doing the work and making the bike?
So there were messengers in Toronto, there were messengers in New York, there were messengers in San Francisco. And the San Francisco guys were, because of their being a video maker and photographer, they get more visibility about what they were doing. And because of what I said before of my personal interest, I visited them 9 years ago to see what was going on, what was around of these people. And we found ourselves on the same, with the same thinking, the same way of thinking about the bicycle, about the urban cycling. And so that's where part of our activity starts together with MASH. And I'm proud also to point out that there are no bicycle with two brands together like for a long time like Cinelli and MASH. So you see a shoulder-to-shoulder collaboration. So that's not a Cinelli bicycle by MASH or a MASH bicycle by Cinelli. It's a Cinelli MASH.
Okay.
And everything came because of this common feeling about design, competition, technology.
I'm also amazed with the Cinelli cycling cap. It's very much iconic. It almost goes back to the old days, original days of Cinelli and the Tour de France, and you kind of put a design on it to make it contemporary, where now it's like urban, you can wear it as urban fashion. And, tell me about the iconic Cinelli cap and how that came from the beginning to where it is today.
Cycling cap they were never fashionable. When I started to work, which is back in 71, 72, normal people around were laughing at the cycling cap because they believed it was awkward. But again, the messenger find the cycling cap useful and iconic. And because of the growing urban culture, now the cycling cap is not anymore awkward, but is a symbol of a different way of thinking the bicycle and the life on the street. It's not a fashion, it's a symbol. Okay, fashion is there, but the best thing around the cycling cap is that you show to your friends that you are a biker and you love biker, and then you can decorate, you can do a lot of things together also with the artists. They have been working with me for many years. So we are proud to say that probably the Cinelli cap and the Columbus cap are the most wear cap in the world in cycling. And if you put something in your head, you must love that.
Yes, it is. It's very beautiful. And
It's a responsibility anyway.
I will say my last question. What are your thoughts on Marshall Track? And you have one of your team riders, Alfred Bowden, who's won it 5 times. It's an alley cat race. It's well known, but it's very dangerous. So I just would like your general opinion of the whole alley cat and just using Marshall Track as maybe like symbol, because there's many alley cats. But can you explain, like, what do you think of the alley cat and maybe as a backdrop, Marshall Track itself?
Alley cat is still in a certain way, talking about the monster truck, it's something that you have to be a messenger. You cannot be a track rider going to the alley cat. So somehow it's a private event. But because the growth of urban cycling, people look at the alley cat with more and more interest. And I believe that alley cats are dangerous, but people are more and more conscious. And when I see, for instance, people, Alfred Bowden with his son running to the bicycle, like last year, they were having, keeping the hands together, means that there is no, is their competition, but it's not such an aggressive and dangerous thing like could have been some time.
Very good, very good. Okay, all right, and I will say, if you have anything else you would like to say about the Red Hook Grid, maybe the future of cycling as it refers to...
Well, my belief is that in 10 years, road criterium will be an Olympic sport. And we will see.
We will see. All right, thank you so much.
Okay?
Yes, we're good. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, man. All right.
Let me see what my guy's doing.
All right, great. Yeah. Thank you.